a Dupree woman. Find your inner strength.
Once we launch my purse line, we'll be on our way to giving the Kardashians a run for their money. I'm gonna shake things up.
A cycle of anger isn't healthy.
I'll be healthy again as soon as I make a couple of cheaters pay for blowing up my life.
There were a number of times when you or a member of your family needed a favor. This is a situation where you owe me one. Have a nice rest of your day.
It sounds like someone deliberately tried to hurt you.
Sounds like attempted murder.
Can't imagine how terrified you must have been.
I found out who did this.
I love you, Derek.
For one night, let me remind you who you still are.
Curious to learn about the spoilers preview for Beyond the Gates this week. The Dupree family faces a tense week full of drama and surprises. Anita's health will shake the family, putting relationships and loyalties to the test. Meanwhile, Daphnee and her friends face personal challenges that could change their lives. From hidden secrets to romantic conflicts, fans can expect it all as the story heads into early 2026. Beyond the Gates spoilers preview for what happens this week Monday, December 29th. Anita and Vernon try to adjust to their new reality, but their struggles shake the Dupree household. Leslie surprises Joey Armstrong with an unexpected offer. Daphnee and Vanessa end up in a tricky situation with a man. On the romance side, Eva starts pulling away from Isaiah, leaving fans wondering what will happen next. Tuesday, December 30th. As Fairmont Crest prepares for the 2026 celebrations, singer Kenny Lattimore's performance brings extra excitement. The Dupree sisters get news that shocks them. Ted and Shanice might be romantically involved. Meanwhile, Chelsea starts planning her next scheme. As for Derek and Ashley, they face an uncomfortable conversation that could change their relationship. Wednesday, December 31st. The episode won't air as usual because of live coverage of the Sun Bowl, a yearly sports event that started in 1935. Fans will need to wait until the new year for the next chapter in the drama. Thursday, January 1st. Kat and Martin begin the year on a sad note after Nicole delivers troubling news, leading to a fierce argument between them. Danny tries to get Bill's attention, even with his wife in the picture. Meanwhile, a visit to their grandparents takes a surprising turn for Chelsea and Naomi. Friday, January 2nd. Danny stands by her father while Bill gives Anita advice she didn't ask for. Martin chooses to be completely honest with Smitty, while Kat keeps secrets from Thomas. Meanwhile, Ted surprises one of his daughters, Kat or Eva, with a shocking twist, leaving fans guessing what will happen next. The unwritten resolutions, the seeds of will. This is not the laundry list of lose weight, save money. This is the raw, pulsing desire for betterment itself. It arrives as a cloud of shimmering, unformed intention. It is hope distilled, the pure I want to be more before it gets attached to any specific goal. It will later be shaped by human choice into concrete resolutions, but at its arrival, it is pure potential energy. The archetype of the New Year infant to child king. In direct contrast to the departing old king, this arrival is the embodiment of pure beginning. It is not weak, but potent with unspoiled possibility. It carries no scepter, but a seed. It sees with eyes that know no history, only horizon. Its arrival at the gates is met with celebration from the elemental spirits. The spirits of air bring ideas, of water bring cleansing, of fire bring passion, of earth bring foundation, each bestowing a blessing upon this new cycle. The first dawn, a unique, singular spirit arrives, the specific quality of light and consciousness belonging to January 1st. It has a different frequency than the dawn of December 31st. It is a cooler, clearer, more analytical light. It carries the essence of beginning, of open calendars, of fresh starts. It is the spirit of the first coffee, the first deep breath, the first look out at a New Year's sky. Ghosts of future selves, these are the most poignant arrivals. They are spectral, shimmering versions of who we might become. The self that mastered a skill, the self that healed a relationship, the self that found courage, the self that embraced peace. They do not arrive to pressure, but to inspire. They stand at the gates as living, yet to be lived, possibilities, whispering not of certainty, but of direction. They are the north stars of our coming journey. The raw materials of time, The new year requires substance. Alongside the grand archetypes come the elemental building blocks, bundles of days that feel like Mondays, full of initiating energy, clusters of hours perfect for creativity, packets of moments ripe for serendipity. They are sorted and prepared at the gates, ready to be dispersed into the flowing stream of the year. Unclaimed opportunities, like dandelion seeds on a cosmic wind, possibilities for connection, insight, and change float in. The chance meeting that will matter, the book that will fall off a shelf, the sudden idea that solves an old problem. They are in their most delicate state now, requiring awareness and receptivity to be caught and nurtured. The atmosphere from the first into the second is one of bustling, joyous chaos, a kind of spiritual stocking of the shelves. There is an electric buzz of maybe. The light is clearer, sharper, full of blueprint lines and unwritten stories. The stewards in the hinge moment. This week is the busiest for the eternal stewards of Beyond the Gates. The gatekeepers are in a state of heightened vigilance, ensuring the clean severance of the old and the pure, untainted admission of the new. The recorders, angelic, mechanical, or elemental, depending on one's belief, are furiously active, inscribing the final entries of the concluding tome and preparing the blank, gilded pages of the new volume. The janitors of the soul work tirelessly, sweeping away the psychic dust of spent emotions and polishing the halls for the new arrivals. For us, in the human realm, understanding this transit offers a profound blueprint for our own transition. It advises us to consciously create our own departure ceremony between the 29th and 31st, writing down what we release, thanking our old selves, forgiving what needs forgiveness. It then invites us to cultivate the receptive silence of the liminal zero on New Year's Eve, to be in the void without fear, to feel the blank page. Finally, it guides us to welcome the arrivals from the first to the second, not with frantic resolution setting, but with quiet awe, lighting a candle for the new light, setting an intention as an act of co-creation with those arriving seeds of will, and journaling to converse with those ghosts of future selves. The week of December 29th to January 2nd is, therefore, far more than a holiday break. It is the universe's model for graceful transition. At Beyond the Gates, it is a sacred, orchestrated dance of release and welcome. By aligning our personal rituals with this greater cosmic rhythm, we move from being passive passengers of time to conscious participants in the eternal cycle of ending, clearing, and beginning anew. We step through our own personal gate, not just into another year, but into a continuum of purposeful becoming. The archetype of the old king, in mythological terms, this week witnesses the dignified passing of the old year king. This is not a figure of death, but of completion. He carries the scepter of all that was enacted, decreed, and experienced in his reign. His departure is a necessary sacrifice, a making of space. He is thanked by the stewards of the gates for his service, and he steps across the threshold, his cycle gloriously finished. The departure process is a grand, silent ceremony of release. There is mourning, but it is sweet. There is gratitude that is palpable. The air at the gates from the 29th to the 31st is thick with the scent of finishing, like the last page of a beloved book, the final note of a symphony, the closing of a well-worn door. It is a sacred emptying. Then, as the clock spirals towards midnight on December 31st, a profound silence descends. A pause. A held breath across dimensions. This is the liminal zero, the night.